My boyfriend was the one who suggested we open our relationship. He was the one who brought it up, who framed it as something exciting, who implied that the idea of me being with someone else would actually excite him. And then, the moment I did exactly what we had agreed to, he told me I had cheated on him and that he was not sure he could look past it. This is the story of how I went from trying to figure out how to earn his trust back, to realizing that the question I should have been asking was an entirely different one. My boyfriend and I had been together for almost 3 years, all of it overlapping with university. He was my first relationship and my first everything, while he had experience with other people before we got together. We had talked about a future, kids, a home, the kind of life you plan out in the abstract when you are young and in love and everything feels possible. We had even decided on names for our children and the street we wanted to live on one day. But for the first time in our relationship, we were spending a few months apart. He had landed a graduate job and I had not yet found one, which meant I was back living at my family home, working in hospitality, and not seeing him for weeks at a time. The distance was doing something to us. We were arguing in ways we never had before, and our sex life had more or less stopped entirely. I have always had a higher sex drive than him, and the drought was hitting me harder. The relationship felt dry in a way I did not know how to fix. And then he suggested opening it up. He said we could both see other people until I found a job in his city and we could move back in together. He even brought up the idea of a threesome, that watching me with someone else would excite him. And honestly, I was more open to it than I expected to be. I had only ever been with him. I was 21 years old and I had sometimes wondered quietly whether I would one day regret not exploring more when I had the chance. This felt like a way to do that without losing him. I still loved him. I still saw him as the person I wanted to settle down with. This just felt like a chapter in between, something we had agreed to together. So I downloaded the apps. I was completely upfront on my profile. I had a boyfriend, I was just exploring, I was not looking for anything serious. Both people I matched with were fine with that. I slept with a guy, and I also started spending time with a girl I connected with. She and I ended up in more of a friends with benefits situation. We had sex a couple of times, but mostly when we hung out we were playing Minecraft or going to the pub. It was easy and low pressure and genuinely fun in a way that did not feel threatening to what I had with my boyfriend at all. I told him I had been spending time at her place. He did not ask questions. I did not go into detail, partly because I personally would not have wanted to hear the details of what he was doing, and I wrongly assumed he felt the same way. Then I thought I was doing something nice. He had been planning to visit me for the weekend, and I remembered what he had said about the threesome idea. I asked the girl if she would be interested. She said yes. I brought it up to my boyfriend, excited, thinking he would be pleased that I had made it happen. His reaction was nothing like what I expected. He went absolutely nuts. He said he had no idea I had slept with her, only that I had been staying at her place. He said he felt cheated on. He said that when he talked about opening the relationship, he had meant only for threesomes, not for us to explore independently. I was completely blindsided. That was not at all the impression I had gotten from our original conversation, where we had both talked about getting a chance to explore before settling down into adult life. And then while all of this was happening, a friend of mine sent me a screenshot of him on a dating app. Not looking for a third. Just on the app, the way people are when they are looking for their own thing. When I pointed that out, he said he had only downloaded it to find a third for us. Not for himself. He told me he was not sure he could get past what I had done, that it changed the way he thought about me entirely. He pulled away, barely responded to my messages, left my apologies sitting on read, and I spiraled. I deleted my apps. I blocked the 2 people I had been seeing without any explanation, just out of panic, wanting to erase everything and go back to before. I was devastated. I kept asking myself how I could fix it, how I could earn back trust one was not even sure I had broken in the first place. Before I tell you how this conversation finally ended, and it ended in a way I genuinely did not see coming, subscribe to Storyteller Aqua, and hit the notification bell if you have not already. These stories take real time and care, and your support means more than you know. Now let me tell you about the phone call that changed everything. He called me the following evening after work. I apologized again for the miscommunication, for not being clearer about what I had been doing, for assuming we were on the same page when clearly we were not. He agreed that we had not set clear enough boundaries. But he did not apologize for his own part in that. Not once. And then he asked me something I was not prepared for. He asked me if I was happy in our relationship. I opened my mouth to say yes, the way I had been saying yes for months, the way you say yes when you are trying to hold something together. And what came out instead was the truth. I told him I was not. He said he was not either. And just like that, 3 years ended. I did not get a text from him the next morning. I did not reach out either. And when I sat with the silence, what I found underneath the hurt and the loss was something I had not expected at all. Relief. Real physical relief, the kind that settles into your shoulders when you put down something heavy you have been carrying for so long you forgot it was there. I spent some time reading through the responses people had left on my original post, and one thing became very clear. A lot of people had clocked what I had not let myself see while I was inside it. The pattern is not new. A man suggests opening the relationship, often because he wants the freedom to explore while keeping his partner committed and available. Then the woman actually uses the freedom she was given, usually with far more ease than he anticipated, and suddenly the terms change. Suddenly what was agreed upon becomes a betrayal. Suddenly she is the one who needs to apologize and earn forgiveness, while his own behavior, the dating app, the ambiguity, the goalpost that moved the moment it became inconvenient, gets quietly set aside. I am not saying he is a monster. I am genuinely still fond of him. We had 3 good years. He was caring and dependable and the kind of person my friends and family loved instantly. Those things were real. But I also think that if we had been truly happy, we would not have felt the need to open the relationship in the first place. That is something I had to admit to myself, and once I did, the grief started to make sense in a different way. I was not just grieving him. I was grieving the version of the future I had mapped out, the street we wanted to live on, the names we had chosen, the life that had felt so certain and is now something that belongs to a younger version of me. And at 21, that is actually okay. I am free now in a way I was not before. I do not have to limit my job search to his city. I do not have to think about whether I am ready to settle down into something permanent when I have barely had the chance to figure out who I am on my own. There is a whole stretch of time in front of me that is just mine. And for the first time in a long time that feels like something to look forward to rather than something to be afraid of. As for the girl, the Minecraft girl as people online started calling her, I unblocked her and sent her a message explaining that I needed some time but would call her soon. She told me to take all the time I needed. And I think when the dust has settled, I might have made a real friend out of all of this. Which is perhaps the one thing in this whole mess that turned out exactly right. I do not know what he is doing now. I do not know whether he ended up seeing anyone or whether the dating app was exactly what it looked like or whether he will ever acknowledge his role in how this played out. Maybe none of that matters. What matters is that when he asked me if I was happy, I finally told the truth. And the truth, even when it costs you something, is always better than the story you keep telling yourself to avoid it. If this one resonated with you, drop a comment. What would you have done in her position? Leave a like if you felt something listening to this, and subscribe to Storyteller Aqua so you never miss a story. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one.